Move it.
Isolate the prisoners, quickly.
Grey, special unit. Grey, special unit.
Stay still, Nelson.
Prisoners down, call a medic. We've got one injured and one dead.
Oh, sorry. Turn round. Arms up. Okay, back around this way, please. Arms up. Thank you.
Dr. Halifax, thanks for this. Deborah Shapiro. I'm the Director of Special Unit.
Hi. Thank you. Thanks. You're welcome.
Congratulations. I hear you're going to be the new governor.
Not if I don't get to the bottom of this murder.
4 eyewitnesses and no one's talking?
That's why we brought you in. You know 2 of them already. The powers that be figure you can get inside their heads.
Maybe.
Jane, I'm looking to you for some answers. The heat's on. They're out for my blood. Shapiro with one accompanied visitor, Dr. Jane Halifax, forensic psychiatrist. They call Special Unit the coffin, never to be released. It's where we keep the really bad bastards. That, by the way, is not an official classification. Homicide's been here for the last couple of days, heading nowhere fast. It's time for a new approach. Barry Crittenden's waiting for you in my office.
Well, I've been over the records of interview. There's not a lot to go on. Where are they all?
Standard operational response. They've been locked in their cells since the incident. That's for you. Welcome aboard.
How do they know I'm here?
They know everything.
Dennis Chan was a hitman with major drug connections. He was 2 years into a life sentence for importation and murder.
He was a formidable guy. Wouldn't socialise with the others, but didn't take shit from anybody either. There are currently 5 prisoners in the unit, all murderers, all serving life sentences, and all of them were in the shower block with Chan when he was murdered. 4 of the 5 are multiple killers. Now one of them's killed again.
But what are they going to do? Give him another life sentence? None of these bastards are going anywhere.
Yeah, that's not the point, though, is it?
Billy Coombs, double murder. Matthew Ehrman, triple murder. Michael Slevic, murder. Slevic's currently under guard in the hospital. He was bashed during the shower debacle. And the other 2, you already know.
I see you're on the task force that nailed David Nielsen.
Yeah, 18 months ago.
Nielsen's doing 5 days in solitary for putting Michael Slevic in hospital. And the last of our superstars,
John Garth. How's he been?
no trouble. Spends most of his time in his cell. Jonno's a model prisoner.
Jonno?
This is where we work. You might have captured him. We have to live with him.
Chan was dead in 30 seconds. We pulled this place apart, not a sniff of a murder weapon. Forensics has given us nothing. By the time we set up a crime scene, physical evidence was down the gurgler. The lunatics have taken over the asylum.
Over my dead body.
Look, this killing and the way they're responding to it, it's about who holds the power. They're not superstars. They're just prisoners doing time. You need to reassert your authority, and you need to do it face to face. You're going to have to let them out of their cells.
Okay, Coombs, out of your cell.
Rock and roll.
Show's over, Herman. Step out of your cell.
Come on, you wanker!
Cell inspection.
Hey, Jane. I need to be standoffish. Come and say hello.
That's enough, Coombs. You're nobody's idea of a good night out.
Heard all about Jane Halifax? Jane's got lots of old pals in here.
Garth's refusing to leave his cell.
Yes! Go, Johnny!
And I'll talk to him where he is.
You better leave the door open, Jane. Johnny has skirt like you for breakfast.
You're not going into the cells. That's non-negotiable. I'll set up the rec room.
Look, I know what I'm dealing with. And I know what he's capable of. None of them are going to open up with you and your staff looking on. I need to be alone. We can leave the cell door open. I'll carry a panic button. You can have warders at attack full distance. If we do this any other way, it'll make me look fearful.
You do well to be fearful in here. Garth, Dr. Halifax is here to see you. The door stays open, Jonno.
How are you? I'd like to talk about the murder of Dennis Chan.
Take a seat.
You know why I'm here. I want to talk about the murder of Dennis Chan.
If you'll talk about what I want to talk about, then I might be prepared to do the same. I want to talk about my tapes.
I'm not here to discuss your videotapes. Anyway, I imagine they were destroyed after your final appeal was rejected.
Oh, you wish. Did I say something wrong?
We'll talk later.
I've drawn you a picture.
What's this supposed to mean?
It means I'm a good artist. But you'd remember that, wouldn't you?
Jane! A little bird tells me you've been out special unit.
Oh, I see. Jumping straight into it, are we?
Yeah, I'd appreciate if you could leave John Garth out of this Chan thing. Just back way off.
Any particular reason?
I've been toddling out there every second Monday for the past 3 years. I take him smokes and dirty magazines. We talk about... Geez, I don't know. What do we talk about? Him, mainly.
Why?
Because one of these days, Jonno's going to tell me what he did with those 2 other girls that he killed. Look, after 3 years, we're getting that bloody close to each other. He might spill his guts soon. That is, unless he gets something new and exciting in his life like you.
He doesn't need to spill his guts. Garth's an obsessive fantasist. He only needs headspace. Replaying the killings over and over in his mind on an endless loop.
Jonno didn't kill Chan. He wouldn't have it in him. Chan's too powerful. Garth prefers the weak and the vulnerable.
So, any thoughts?
I have lots of thoughts. Mostly at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Thought they transferred you out of homicide after Garth's trial.
They did. Gave me a year off to get my head together. Now I'm back. I always liked those earrings.
So how's it been?
Pretty bloody average, you?
About the same, actually.
Still living in the same place?
No, I've moved a couple of times. Just last week, in fact.
Still can't come up with anything you like.
Darling, as fond as I am of you, you don't make me say anything. I talk when I want to talk. It's my call.
Chan was a kickboxer, wasn't he? Was he any good?
Never noticed. I've got too many things going on in my life.
Is that right?
Going back into the ring. Fight game. I've been approached.
You've got another 10 years in here, haven't you?
8 years max. Why? You gonna wait for me?
And you'll be what, 41, 42? And that's with maximum remission. If you keep your nose clean, keep that temper of yours under control, if you cooperate fully with this investigation.
I was provoked. Gold never tarnishes, all right? I was a promising cruiserweight. I was going places.
And then life got in your way, huh?
I'm going places, understand?
Where are you going, Billy? You got plans to break out again?
Nah, mate. They're carrying me out of here. On their shoulders, champion of the world. Elvis is no longer in the building.
Last time you got out, you picked up a hitchhiker, didn't you? A girl called Melanie? Two of you hit it off. You spent a week holed up in the bush.
I've got problems with my anger. I know that. Gets me in all kinds of shit.
That's right. But you got into a fight and you killed her. You strung her up from a tree and you left her to die, didn't you?
Yeah, well, you had to be there.
Jane, do you know Steve Elliott from Homicide? Steve's just come on board. Jane and I go way back.
We've worked together. I know the way he operates.
So, what have you got so far?
Well, obviously, we're up against a conspiracy of silence. It's exactly the sort of thing you'd expect in this sort of situation. It's prison rules. If you dog on your mates, you die.
Go on.
Each of the five has a powerful cultural allegiance to the others. But they also have powerful personal psychotic needs of their own. Now, Nielsen and Garth are psychopaths. Some of the others may be too. Psychopaths are not team players. They are pathologically devoted to their own selfish desires. So I'm hoping that somewhere between these two compulsions, there's a point of conflict we can exploit.
So when push comes to shove, they put their own personal jollies ahead of their loyalty to the pack?
I really think we should leave the insightful stuff to Jane.
The trick is nailing their obsession. It's my experience that every murderer's got a story he has to tell you. A song he's got to sing.
I killed them my way.
If you like. It can be an excuse, a denial, an obsession, someone to blame, or a threat, or even a dream. But there's always an idea that consumes them. Eventually, one of them's not going to be able to resist putting his hand up for Dennis Chan.
I've made mistakes. I don't deny that. I'm not going to insult your intelligence. But, well, you're the psychiatrist. You got the words for this. One day, you just find yourself in a situation where all your options have run out. And I swear to God, this is the frightening thing. You're not even there. You're doing the most awful things and you're somebody else. Does this make any sense?
You're talking about murdering your wife and her parents.
I have to live with that, Jane. But I believe that what happened was the result of such an extraordinary set of circumstances, I don't see how it could ever happen again.
Yeah, I'm sure. On the face of it, though, it appeared to be a cold-blooded insurance scam.
I have to get out of this rat hole. It's been 4 years of my life. You gotta help me, Jane. This is killing me.
I'm only here to assist with the inquiry into the murder of Dennis Chan.
I know if I had one person who believed in me, I could get my sentence reviewed.
You already have a psychiatrist assessing your case.
Well, he doesn't understand me.
Oh. And I do.
You're playing with me now?
No, I think it's the other way around.
Both of us, then. We don't belong here, do we?
Well, no, it wouldn't be my choice. But then again, I haven't murdered anyone.
In another time, another place, we could be sitting across a candlelit table, sipping Chardonnay, gazing into each other's eyes. Now, that's something I'd kill for.
Nice and quickly now, come on.
Scumming.
Put your mouth moves. Okay, Herman, out of yourself. Nice and quick, come on, out front.
You bothered about Steve Elliott being on the case? Because frankly, I think the main reason he's here is to protect his investment with John Garth.
I'll take all the help I can get. The wolves are at the gate.
Yeah, I understand that. But he's got such an obsessive connection to Garth. And the original investigation took such a toll. I just don't know if he's the one for the job.
You were there too.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying I'm in better shape. I nearly rang you last night, took myself off the case. You know, he tortured those girls before he put them out of their misery. Videotaped them as he... Steve and I had to watch those tapes over and over again. Left a scorch mark in my brain. Just so that you know, in the end, we found a way of helping each other get through it.
Miss Halifax, how nice of you to visit.
David, what's happened to you?
Oh, I've turned my life around. I'm exploring other options.
Any particular reason for that?
Well, you've read those books where they crowd too many rats into a cage and all the rats freak out and turn cannibalistic and gay. I'm just another victim of this harsh and oppressive system.
So, are you saying you now regard yourself as gay?
Oh, God. I don't know. I think the jury's still out on that one. Though I have noticed a slight shift in that general direction.
So, what was the fight with Michael Slevik about?
That particular princess was getting far too precious. She needed to be put in her place. Sorry. It's for her own good.
What was that?
Internal politics? An affair of the heart? Who's to say? Are you in a relationship?
Are you?
Tick tock, tick tock. Don't leave it too long. Young for a day, then old and grey.
Tell me about Dennis Chan.
Have you ever considered the possibility that he suicided? And God knows we asked him to. Dennis, do us a favour, please.
He need to be put in his place too, did he?
It's enough about me. Let's talk about you. I want to hear everything that you've been doing.
Don't do that.
You're looking tired. You sure you're getting enough sleep? You have really got to start looking after yourself.
Smell?
No.
So, where are you taking me for dinner?
What does she do this afternoon?
Nielsen, Ehrman. Would have loved to have seen that one. I bet he was all over like a cheap suit.
She talk to my little buddy?
Spent the day in his cell. How'd you go? Didn't find the murder weapon, I hear. All that testosterone exploding around my unit. Such a waste. That's what I love about you. Probably the worst time of my life. My career's down the crapper. I'm climbing the walls. You're such a comfort to me.
I'm still having trouble reconciling this with the angry young man who killed 3 gay men last year. Let's say one of the inmates wanted Chan dead. They'd have picked their moment, they'd have killed him.
Contracts are sometimes taken from outside the prison.
Yeah, same thing. Someone would have taken on the hit.
Can we have our bowl back, please? Jeez, these boys get away with murder, don't they, miss?
But most importantly, word would have gone out to the rest of the prison community. Nielsen did it, or Garth, or Coombs.
That's the payoff. The bigger the target, the greater the kudos for the guy who makes the hit.
Yeah, but that hasn't happened. No one's claimed responsibility. You've got 4 towering egos in this unit. Why? These are psychopaths, not carers and sharers. Which is why I keep coming back to the idea that murdering Chan wasn't the end of something. It was the beginning. There's another agenda here. Something or someone.
Listen, mate. This Chan business, things are going to be a little bit different in here for a while. You understand what I'm saying, you and me? This is an official investigation. Just remember, I'm wearing 2 hats for the moment. And we overseen and we'll be back where we were.
I don't think so.
Know what's going on, don't you? Those 2. They're rooting like rats. I told Mom if it goes any further, I want to be Flower Girl.
You're the boss. You sort it out.
Okay, gentlemen. The duration of this craft session is 1 hour. Now, your task in that time is to make an acceptable item that can be donated without undue embarrassment to me to the Children's Hospital Appeal. So, get cracking.
They're confident, arrogant. But they're disciplined as well. These are men who think they've got a future worth hanging in there for. Something important enough to modify their thinking, start them working selflessly as a team. Now, that's a big ask. The rewards would have to be huge.
Excuse me, hello? How does all this relate to Dennis Chan having his throat cut in the showers the other night? I don't know how productive it is having you here. I think you're a distraction. Garth's found something new in his life. I think it's you.
I'm here because of the murder of Dennis Chan, not to help preserve your relationship with John Garth.
We haven't got a relationship anymore.
Well, as much as that affects this case, that may be significant. If it doesn't, it's not my concern.
Well, what isn't your concern? What happened to those missing girls? Garth didn't kill Chan. I'd lay my life on it.
What do you think our guys are planning?
Escape. I don't know what else it could be. What else matters?
The unit is escape-proof.
Yeah, that's probably what they said about the last 3 facilities Billy Coombs got out of.
Except in this case, it's true. Yep. Good. Thanks. That was the hospital. We can talk to Michael Slevic.
Look, Deb, what I said about Steve and I, it was all in the past.
You're right. Steve's still a mess. Those missing girls rip him apart. Their families ring him every couple of weeks.
Must make it hard for you.
Can't let it go. He's obsessive about it, but I guess that's what makes him a good cop.
How do you handle it?
Don't get the wrong idea. Don't imagine I'm a pushover. I'm not. Shapiro with a visitor, thank you. To see Michael Slavic. Michael, this is Dr. Halifax. She's going to talk to you about Dennis Chan.
Hi, Michael.
I didn't do it. I didn't kill her. I didn't kill the girl. Please help me. I didn't touch her. Ask Vicky. You ask my sister. I never killed anyone.
That's enough, Michael.
Michael, can you tell me about Dennis Chan?
I didn't kill Chan. I didn't kill Chan. It wasn't my fault. I didn't want to get involved. I'm getting out of here soon. Why would I bump someone? Why would I bump someone now?
So when Nielsen started getting stuck into you, was that a warning? You're the youngest one in the unit, aren't you? Isn't there anyone in there that looks out for you, protects you?
If I say anything, they'll kill me.
Maybe the others are too. Nielsen and Coombs and Herman. Maybe there's someone that they're frightened of. Someone more powerful, like John Garth.
Callahan pisses on Garth.
Ethel Callahan. He was released 3 months ago.
From special unit.
You made me tell you. You made me tell you I shouldn't say anything. They'll kill me.
Callahan makes everybody in here look like a stroll in the park. In the days before Special Unit, Ethel Callahan ran this entire prison. He was one of the old-time gang bosses.
He wasn't just hard. He was a bad bastard.
Callahan was the first inmate in the unit. He'd already done 15 years in K-Block.
And they let him out?
He'd done his time. 21 years.
So whatever it is our blokes have been planning to do, Callahan's been orchestrating it. Is that what we're thinking?
Now, there's a frightening thought.
I met Callahan several times during his last 3 months in Special Unit. Then, when he was released, I supervised his move here.
Very nurturing, very attentive. So when did he disappear?
About a week ago, but he paid up to the end of the month. Wouldn't have a clue where he is now. Frankly, I don't want to know.
Not a great one for possessions.
He passed beyond the possession stage.
Yeah, well, long-term prisoners know it's too risky. They might form a special attachment to something, only to risk having the officers take it off them. Over the years, Callahan would have pared everything back to the bone. Possessions, family, friends.
It'd be the same for all of them, wouldn't it? Having a sister could be a real liability. Michael Slavic's sister's got to be worth a visit. Remember me, Vicky?
What do you want?
Gonna let me in?
Is this about my brother?
Never know. Could well be. Oh, sorry. Are you expecting a client? You have to help me out here. What do I call you? Vicky or... What's your working name these days?
Well, I guess that depends on what you're here for.
I think we'll settle for Vicky. You're a bit of a specialist these days, Vicky. Got yourself, what do they call it? Bit of a niche market.
If this is an official visit, I want a female police officer present.
Court proceeding. Appeals. Don't tell me you're still swallowing that innocent bullshit from your brother.
Michael is incapable of hurting anyone.
Oh, I spoke to the arresting officer, Vicky. I heard what he did to that girl. Come here about Ethel Callahan, Vicky. Hey, where is he? What's going on? What's the story?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, you do. Something's going on inside that prison, Vicky, and Callahan's involved. Where is he, huh? Has he been in contact with you, Vicky? Tell me the truth, Vicky!
Hi. Yep, come right up. If you want to stick around and watch, you'll have to pay for it. Still, you'd be used to that.
Hey, mate.
G'day, mate.
Steps forward, couple of steps, turning around, turning around. That's it, turning around a little bit more, just sitting down when you're ready.
When I came into the world, I had nothing of my own. I was as naked as the day, and colder than a stone. I took my father's name, and I took his form to house myself and keep me warm. I learned my lessons well. Soon I could pass amongst them all, and none of them could tell. I took my father's name, and I took his form to hide my soul and keep me warm. So if you see me passing by, maybe at the microphone, a singer with no song to call my own.
Wait a minute, Deb.
Where the hell were you? I was calling you all night.
What are you, my personal jailer? I'm sorry, ma'am. I'll be sure to report in next time.
Hey! I want to hear an excuse me for that, honey.
Get back to your cell. Okay, the joke's over. Get back to your cells. Stay back. I'm handling this. instructing you to return to your cell.
Must be that time of the month. Or maybe it's boyfriend trouble.
I'm instructing you to return to your cell.
You better watch out for yourself, Ma.
Blondie's muscling in on your turf.
Well, let me guess. A lot of friends, special friends, but no one special. Oh, you have the odd fling because you're a modern woman, professional woman. But when was the last time you slept with a man twice? When was the last time you met a man you wanted to sleep with twice?
Can we get back to Ethel Callahan?
Well, this is much more fun, isn't it? Talking about each other.
Each other.
Well, let's see. If I was prepared to cooperate, what's in it for me? Because if you were prepared to cooperate, then I think I'd do just about anything you'd want.
I see.
So, let's think about it for a while, shall we? But not too long. Let's not think about this too long.
Hey, Jane. Come and have a look at this. What do you think? She's beautiful, isn't she?
It's an improvement.
The doctor approves. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
David was a young man of indeterminate sexuality, heavily influenced by the authority figures in his life, probably battling a realization he may be gay himself. The most powerful figure in his life was his father, a really aggressive and virulent homophobe. David modelled his looks on him, short hair, straight clothes, which led me to suppose that killing gay men was David's attempt to not only win the approval of his father, but to be his father. Now he seems to have acquired a powerful new authority figure. A woman.
Don't look at me. Perhaps it's the woman who's responsible for locking him up for the rest of his life. That's pretty powerful.
This is very thoughtful of you, Miss Halifax.
Tell me about Ethel Callahan.
That old fart. What do you want to know about him?
No, he was a very powerful man.
He was a very old man. Too much?
Try and be a little more subtle with it. Blend up. That's it. So, are you still in contact with him?
Mm-hmm. He's in here every day. We just can't keep him away.
Did you have a sexual relationship with him?
Oh, excuse me. Ugh. Puke. Make that old bag, not old lag.
All right, a special relationship then. I mean, it's not uncommon. King Rat takes someone young and attractive under his wing. Everyone's a winner. You get protection and privilege, and he gets someone to do his dirty work.
Sorry, you've lost me.
Well, is that why you and Slevik were at each other's throats? Was he muscling in on your turf? So all of this, are you getting ready for someone special? To someone in here or on the outside?
Don't get too clever, Jane.
How do you mean?
Take a number, boys! On first!
God, she's back. Princess Woebegone. She's found a way home.
Where you been, bitch? Hey! Listen, you. Coming to see you tomorrow! You look after him, boss!
Listen, mate. This is just between you and me, no one else, okay? I've never asked any favours before. What happened with Chan? Was it something to do with Ethel Callahan? So what's this then?
I call it Lost in the Bush. Pin it on your wall. Look at it every day.
Is this where you put those two missing girls?
Callahan's an odd fish. All that blustering and not an ounce of self-esteem.
Is this where you buried him, John?
He phoned me once from the refuge.
What did he want?
A name.
What name?
I want us to see my tapes. You and me and Jane together. Then I might trade you some more information.
About the girls?
The name was Saffron.
Schlevik's been telling me porkies. She's been with Callahan. That's a working name, Saffron. I wanted you here. I want to know what you make of this. Jane's a shrink, Vicky. She's going to know when you're telling me lies.
I saw your brother today. He's out of hospital. He came back to the unit this afternoon.
OK, Vicky, here we go. Let's agree that the last time we spoke, you were lying your face off. So I'm going to wipe that conversation from my mind and give you another shot. Let's acknowledge that you've been meeting with Ethel Callahan since his release for the purposes of providing sexual services for money. Is that right?
It was only the once.
When was that?
Don't remember.
So having sex with strangers is such a regular part of your day that it doesn't register anymore?
I mean that I don't remember the date. It was 6 or 7 weeks ago.
What was his state of mind, Vicky? Was he angry? Violent? Depressed?
He was grateful.
So why didn't you tell me that last time?
Because it was none of your bloody business.
What happened when you were with him?
Want me to go into detail?
Yeah, that's okay.
He didn't ask for anything out of the ordinary. He just wanted to be close to a woman. Get a lot of men like that. They don't ask for much. Just want what the rest of you take for granted.
Did all this happen here?
No. He couldn't handle getting into the lift, so we went to a motel instead. Afterwards, he slept for a while. It wasn't a complete success. I told him it was okay. Paid up his money and I left. I haven't seen him since.
So where is he now?
Don't know. Have you got a brother?
You'd do anything to save him. Everything. Michael's a sweet boy, and unless I can get him out of there, he's gonna die. And Shapiro knows that. I don't care what she says, it's the truth.
She's lying again. She can't help herself. Callahan's been inside her flat.
Same doodle, straight parallel lines.
Prison bars, tram tracks.
Why didn't you confront her with this?
What's the point? I'd rather put surveillance in and see what happens.
Okay, so say Vicky is involved with Callahan somehow. What's in it for her?
It's got to do with her brother, obviously.
Callahan's leaning on her. Play ball or your brother cops it. What does he want her to do?
Well, if he has got something going with the inmates, he's going to have lines of communication going in and out of the jail. So, Vicky visits her brother every fortnight, so she's got to be the go-between. I reckon I can put a bit of pressure on in that department.
Yeah, but what's in it for Callahan? What's his motive?
Oh, I don't worry about motives. I leave that to the shrinks.
Wanker! You big dog, treacherous wanker! Joy doesn't want you, you slut! You're dead! You dirty dog! Shut up! Shut up, you bastards!
What else? Had a bit of a health scare, spent a month in hospital. But life goes on, you know.
Yeah, you met Deb. That's been good.
Met Deb? Yeah. That's been good. What do you make of that? One of Garth's masterpieces. He calls it Lost in the Bush.
Do you recognise anything?
I walked that place he buried the others. Walked it until I knew every tree and blade of grass. This is somewhere else. It's a start, though.
Why would he give it to you now?
Don't know. Maybe my luck's changed. I don't want to get all mystical about this, but I'd say that Garth, from the day we found that first girl's body, he's brought nothing but shit and bad luck into my life.
There's nothing very mystical about evil. It's as real as anything. So where are the videotapes?
They're the property of the court.
I'll try that again. Where are your copies?
Under lock and key. No one's ever going to see those tapes
If
again.
it means getting the truth out of Garth, we may have to. You thought about that?
So you want to get something to eat?
I'm gonna get you a cab.
Fine. Really? Now where are we going? Back to your place for a little night?
Steve. Look, no, Nate. It didn't work before, and that was the only chance we were going to get.
Yeah, okay. Piss off.
Steve! Look, we've got to work together. We're still working on the same case, aren't we?
Just remember this. Well, you've been sitting in private practice, buying up new apartments. I've been putting in the hard yards with Garth. Every fortnight for 3 years. That's been real tough.
Protection, and I want you to get those bastards to put me in solitary. You promise
Very
me?
simple. A way to score points with the parole board is
It's not simple! Nothing in this prison is that simple!
Now, don't play me for a fool, Jane. If I spill my guts, it's a death sentence.
They'll organise protective custody.
You got me into this, bitch. We had a deal.
I don't make deals.
Oh, yes. Yes, you did. Now, you knew what I wanted, and you took advantage of me, you little slut.
Security alert! I'll have to escort you to a place of safety. Slavic's freaking out. He's just been told his sister's visiting rights have been suspended.
Well, who authorised that? Steve Elliott.
Code Blue Special Unit. Repeat, Code Blue Special Unit.
Special unit, code red, code red.
Our motor weapon. A section of plastic mirror. Crude but effective, and I'd say it was used on Chan too.
They were ready for this fire, they were primed. They had the flammable solvents, they knew exactly what was going to cause maximum disruption.
You can count Slavic out of the murder. He was under restraint at the time.
Sure, but someone had to smuggle those solvents into the prison in the first place. I'd say Vicky Slavic's in big trouble.
How? There's no physical contact in the visiting rooms. It is strictly behind glass.
She can have as much physical contact as she wants with one of our screws. Let's not forget she's a working girl.
I've said I'm prepared to resign. They're considering the offer rather less reluctantly than I had hoped.
It won't come to that.
What happens to the prisoners now?
There's no question of them being returned to the general prison population. We're putting them back into K Block, where they were housed before the unit was built. It's quite secure in its sweet, old-fashioned way. It was condemned years before we ever closed it, unfit for human habitation.
Sounds perfect.
It's ironic. My appointment was seen as a victory for all of us bleeding hearts who think prisons can be productive places where you pursue strategies for rehabilitation.
Suppose the 19th century model where violence is endemic, where your survival can't be guaranteed, and you come out of the system more damaged than when you went in.
Sure. But with 2 deaths in a week, everything I stand for is totally discredited.
It doesn't mean you were wrong.
Stupid, maybe. Letting my guard down.
Talking about Vicky Slevik. Look, she probably seemed quite genuine compared to most of the people you deal with.
She used to call me. She wanted to keep tabs on her brother, so I let her know how he was. And we talked.
What about?
About nothing, I thought. But if Vicky's been involved with Callahan all this time, I guess they were using me to gather information.
Oh, she apologised. When I first met Vicky, she said that if I had a brother, I'd do anything to save him.
Elvis is no longer in the building!
The problem is, Vicky, you're an habitual liar. But that doesn't mean that you can't redeem yourself. I know for a fact that Ethel Callahan has been inside your flat.
He had this thing about straight lines. Reckon the one thing you could never do in jail is walk in a long, straight line.
You helped smuggle flammable material into the prison, didn't you? Vicky, you're going to jail for several years. How long do you think Michael will last with you in jail? On his own? How long would you give him? 6 months, maybe? You better start talking, hadn't you? You're in deep shit, Vicky. You better be looking at making a deal with us. Where's Callahan? Where did he go when he left your flat?
He went bush. He couldn't handle the refuge, so he came and stayed with me in my flat for a couple of days. Then he left. He said he'd heard about this place somewhere that had ghosts. After so many years in the company of killers, he'd feel uneasy if there wasn't a ghost or two running around.
Where is it, Vicky?
I don't know. I didn't want to know. I didn't want to be involved. I just wanted him gone.
Was it like this?
How would I know?
Did he ever describe it to you? Look at the drawing!
No. Look, I said I don't know.
Maybe these ghosts that Callahan's keeping company with. Maybe he's holed himself up where Garth buried those missing girls.
I think she's telling the truth. I don't think she knows where he is.
But Garth does. That's why he drew this picture for me. He's known all the time. So I'm going to have to front up and bloody well beg him
for nothing. Not after 3 years. He's gonna want something in exchange. Yeah. Oh, do you know it's 3 o'clock in the morning?
That's right. I knew you wouldn't be asleep.
Steve, listen, when we watch those tapes, the tapes are the ultimate expression of Garth's power. Over his victims. Over us. We can't reveal any feelings. Weakness is a turn-on for him. If we take away the power of the tapes, we take away some of his power as well.
So we become as heartless as he is.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Yeah, I suppose we do.
Okay. Sleep tight.
Jane, are you there? It's Steve. Open the door. Open the door. Jane, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
It's Vicky Slevic. Sorry, did I wake you?
No, not at all. Where are you? I thought you were on remand.
The magistrate let me out on bail. Listen, Jane. I trust you. You'd better trust me, because this thing is about to get one hell of a lot worse.
Oh, what are you saying?
We've got to talk.
She said she didn't know where Callahan was, and you said she was telling the truth.
Yeah, well, I've been wrong before. Put it this way, if Vicky does know where Callahan is, and it's the place where Garth buried the bodies, we get to destroy those tapes once and for all.
Vicky! Police! Open the door!
Blood.
I don't want to give Garth time to invent his strategies. We offer him one chance to view his tapes immediately in return for specific information. Take it or leave it. And we've got to be prepared to walk away if he doesn't buy it. You ready? We have a proposal for you.
We want to know where this place is. And here's the deal. No answers, no more tapes ever. Because I will destroy these tapes in front of you, and you better believe that. We want to know where Callahan is. We want to know where you buried those girls. How many more are there? Where is this place? 2 more girls. Show me where the bodies are.
Do you know the area?
It's down the coast about an hour or so. I'll notify the local
Steve,
police.
wait.
What?
I'm sorry, but it was too easy. He's just given up a secret he's kept for years. I want to believe it.
Wasn't that the point of the exercise, to break his power?
Giving it up like that is
Let's
not
go and find out!
We're going to stay focused on the living, not the dead. Now, our priority has got to be finding Vicky and Callahan. Now, he may be willing to sell out Callahan, but that is not where the bodies are, and I don't believe Callahan's there
You stay
either.
here and figure it out. I'm going to a crime scene.
You don't look like someone who's just given away their darkest secret.
I've told you what you need to know.
Why don't you have a shower? Try and wash away some of the filth.
My name's Ethel Callahan.
You know, I'm trying to understand your way of thinking.
I've taken a squiz at the outside world. It doesn't impress me.
It was you that ordered the killing of Dennis Chan. Who did it?
I don't give a damn who did it. As long as it got done.
So why me? Why here?
Because you're going to support my application to the parole board to be confined to special unit and never released.
And why would I do that?
Because I've killed someone.
Vicky Slavic.
No one to give a rat's ass for Vicky.
Who then?
Come on, think about it. Face of prison reform.
Deb Shapiro.
And she's not dead yet, but pretty soon. I'll make a full admission in about 2 hours' time, give or take. You better contact the screws. Let them know we're coming in.
She's not at home. Not at Steve's place. No one's seen her since she left this afternoon. Steve's on his way back. He'll be at least an hour.
Did you find anything?
Nothing.
He's yours.
Mr. Callahan, will you come with me, please?
G'day, asshole. Who's that, bitch?
You've admitted to a conspiracy to murder. You're back inside. You got what you wanted. What do you have to gain by not telling us where she is?
Tick-tock.
I can understand why you wanted Chan dead. Chan was a new king. So if your plan was to get back, you'd had to get rid of him. I can see that. How'd you get the others to cooperate? Nielsen and Coombs and the rest. Oh, what's in this for them? Escape?
Bingo.
Hay block.
This is where the tunnels are. Dug them myself. In 8 years. Most of that in solitary.
How could you know they'd be transferred to K block?
I was 21 years inside this place. On every stone. I know the way it thinks.
And that's your security, isn't it? Your maximum security. Because after 21 years, you don't feel comfortable anywhere else. But you're in there with a triple murdering psychopath who wants to be me and one of the nastiest serial killers of our time. And the fact that you topped a wolf in 1974 doesn't count for a hell of a lot these days. You're due an upgrade. And what better way of sealing your power than by having the screws know that you've killed one of their own? You've bumped the boss. It doesn't add up.
Why not?
All those years in K-Block when you were digging tunnels with your bare hands and fighting the system that suggests you had feelings, passions, a rage to live. But if you do this thing to Shapiro, that says to me that you've been locked away with scum and perverts so long you've ended up no better than they are.
What's happening?
Steve! Come on, mate. It's not gonna help.
Yeah, but will it hurt?
I think you've mistaken me for someone who gives a shit.
He set you up, Billy. There was never a hope of you getting out of here.
That he did. Point taken.
Look, what he's doing to Shapiro, that's Callahan's fantasy, not yours. Why would you protect him after what he's just done to you?
You know my problem? I'm too emotional. I could have been cruiserweight champion. But I couldn't control my temper. There's no place for anger in a ring. Still, Jane, the dream will never die. Oh, shit, no. The dream lives on.
What do they say? All dressed up and no place to go.
Is that where they used to hang them?
Mostly at dawn. Callahan's got a sense of history, if nothing else.
Garth says he's already given us the answer.
No. What he's given us are 2 drawings. You with no clothes on and a bush burial.
All right, well, let's go back. What were the questions? 1, who murdered Dennis Chan? What if this isn't a picture of me? What if it's a picture of someone trying to be me, Jane? Maybe Garth was telling us it was Nielsen that killed Chan.
Keep it going.
What's the next question? Where's Callahan hiding out? Okay. Now, Garth's not going to tell anyone, not even Callahan, where he buried those girls. Vicky said he'd gone bush, living with ghosts. Maybe they're not Garth's ghosts. He wasn't showing you where his girls were buried. Maybe this is the tree where Billy Coombs hanged his girlfriend. That could be one of the crosses.
The other one's for Deb. Deborah! Hang on! Careful.
Okay, Vicky, Deb, it's really important you stay calm.
Just suss this out and I'll be with you. It's okay, that's it. You're doing great. Just hold on there.
Deb, Vicky, it's
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna help you.
Be a sec.
That's it. It's almost over. We're gonna get you down.
Here we go, this one.
Just keep steady. Okay, that's it. We're almost there.
Doing great.
You're doing really well.
What's going on here? No! I got you. I'll grab you. Here, stand on me. Stand on me. Get the covers off here. Stand on me. It's okay, I got you. Deb! No! No!
I'm sorry.
Oh, please, no.
Try.
No, Deb! Cut it down. Please, cut it down.
I thought you should know what my recommendation will be. I believe it would be inappropriate to recommend your return to special unit. I'm suggesting you be subject to permanent isolation at an appropriate institution. Your only contact will be with prison staff, where you'll be king of nothing.
Escort the prisoners to their cells.
I have reason to believe that you're responsible for the murders of Dennis Chan and Matthew Ehrman. Have you got anything you want to say about that?
Sorry, man. Got the wrong man.
David, Callahan's never coming back here. Garth's the one with the reputation right now. So if you don't want Garth as King Rat, you better put your hand up for the murders. Let it go, Steve. I know you keep thinking about the families, but you have to accept the fact he's never going to tell you. Garth's going to spend the rest of his life in here. You don't have to, and neither do I. We're going to have to bury those bodies and move on.
What?